Hello everyone and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria. Today we are talking about the lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces occurring on the 17th or perhaps the 18th of September 2024, depending on where you live. We're going to look at the energy around this eclipse, and we're also going to pull some cards for your signs. So make sure you do watch your sun, moon, and rising signs for the big picture. And if you find that you enjoy this content, and if you enjoy my channel, please hit the like button on this video. It does help it get seen, so I thank you in advance. And of course, if you subscribe, then you will see my content going forward without having to look for it too hard. So this particular lunar eclipse, it's a super moon, it's a full moon, and this is in the sign of Pisces at 25 degrees. So this eclipses in general do bring about an astrological wild card, bringing in fated events. And full moon eclipse can bring about endings. We're closing out a chapter. We're opening up a new one. And this is the first eclipse in the Pisces Virgo axis. So we're going to see this play out over the next couple of years. There will be a couple other different eclipses in other signs in between, but this one is significant. Pisces is endings, right? Pisces is the 12th house energy. Pisces also can be a little bit chaotic, ruled by Neptune. Pisces, highly spiritual, very intuitive energy, very creative, very not so much passionate necessarily, but creative, right? Very, it's like we really do want to tap into our emotions when Pisces is at play. Virgo, on the other hand, is very ordered, very practical, very down to earth, wants to create order, Virgo, out of chaos, Pisces. So this can be a time when we really do need to look at the balance in our lives, the balance between our physical world, Virgo, the things we do day to day, Virgo, and our dream state, our spiritual selves, our emotional body, our relationships, right, with ourselves, with other people, with the world around us, right? And that's Pisces energy coming in there. So how do we find the balance? That's what we're going to be tasked with over the next couple of years. But this can bring about full moons in general are about a completion of a cycle, and eclipses, we're eclipsing something out of our lives in order to eclipse something in, right? We're cleaning the path and we're making the way forward. So eclipses are very important as far as astrology goes, because they do bring change. And it quite often is really kind of getting things out in the open and dealing with things that have been kind of stagnant for quite some time, right? And, there's always something in our lives where we know we're stuck, or we know we're in a situation that's really not allowing us growth or the happiness that we want. And so something's got to shift. So some people will be having major spiritual shifts at this time. Some of you will be having major epiphanies at this time. It's like, whoa, I didn't see that before. Holy moly. Eclipses can also bring things out of the darkness into the light. We do also have, at this time of this eclipse, we have Uranus retrograde in the sign of Taurus. So this can bring about shakeups in our financial situation, in how we find our resources. This is also kind of breaking us free from old patterns and behaviors, right? So we can get a lot of surprises and some unpredictability with Uranus and Taurus, but it is a perfect time for us to cleanse and purge all toxicity for the rest of 2024. Pluto is also retrograde, has been for quite some time now, but it's just dipped back into the sign of Capricorn for the very last time in our lives. So with this energy, this is about reflecting on where we've been, what we've experienced, especially over the last, since about 2008 or so, and we're preparing for the new age, right? Some of you could get second chances, or maybe it's a major closing out of something here. So, with all of this stuff going on, it's really setting us up for freedom, to find a better way for tomorrow. So, some of you could have some big surprises coming in. Some of you are just finding that a door is opening in here as well. We do also have a conjunction with Saturn at the time of this eclipse. And of course, Saturn is very karmic in its energy. So there is a karmic element to this lunar eclipse. So Saturn is, of course, very much known as, the planet that teaches us something, right? And Saturn is, of course, the ruler of Capricorn. So this is where Pluto is right now, right? So big reflective energy. So you might find freedom from restriction at this time. Something could be really opening up for you. Saturn ultimately does not deny us anything, but Saturn does delay things to make sure that we're ready for the responsibility of something, right? And so it's usually very much to our benefit, even though it doesn't feel that way to us. So with this conjunction to Saturn, this could potentially be something very positive that is happening for you guys. So let's hope so. We can actually look back. Full moons, of course, we do reflect, and eclipses is where we do kind of look back a little bit. And there are retrogrades going on. Two of the slowest moving, very outer planets, Uranus and Pluto, are both retrograde, right? So it's a big time of reflection and lots of changes going on. But if we look back to the last two lunar eclipses in Pisces that occurred around this degree that we're having it at this year. There's been other eclipses in between, but we're talking about these two specifically. They both happened at 24 degrees Pisces. This one is at 25, so very similar. One was September 16th, 2016. So look back to the last few months of 2016, what was going on. The one before that was 1997, also September 16th, and also at 24 degrees. So again, look back to that. When I look back, I know exactly what was going on, right? One of them was in 1997 was a big career change for me. It was great. 2016, everything blew up, right? September, October 2016, career, relationships, you name it. And man, oh man, was that some karmic cycle energy that was there. So very disruptive, but it was also by my own hand for part of it. So, but it freed me up for the future. Challenging to deal with, yes. Painful, yes. But ultimately very rewarding. So if you look back to those two dates, then this could give you a clue as to what was going on. So having said all of that, for some things, we're in the hands of fate. And for some things, you may be pulling the rug out of something or welcoming something brand new into your life. So if you are watching this full video, check out all of your timestamps down below. And if you are watching just the individual videos, because I did break them up for this time, then we'll get right into your cards right now. But have a great eclipse, and I'll see you guys next time. Aries, hello for you. This is happening in your 12th house. Now, your 12th house energy is ruled by Pisces and Neptune. So this is probably going to be quite intense for you guys. Make sure you ground your energy, connect with nature, get some sleep, all of that kind of stuff. But this really does show that there may be something hidden that comes to light for you. The 12th house is about secrets and endings. This is also about your dreams. So some of you are really having a dream come true at this time, or you are releasing yourself from something in your life now that is preventing you from fulfilling your life purpose or preventing you from following your dreams. Sometimes it's people, sometimes it's circumstances, sometimes it's fears, belief systems, that kind of thing, right? So really is going to be an important time for you, Aries, to go within, to take a step back, right? To look at the big picture or to do that little emotional deep dive. Now, the 12th house does have to do with karmic debts and endings. So you could have a very significant karmic cycle that is coming to a close, and this is bringing you a sigh of relief moving forward into the future. Big spiritual awakenings for you guys in store for you. All right. So, really do pay attention to your dreams. Find some time to meditate if you can. This is really going to be very insightful for you. But I'm looking at the secrets. I'm looking to see what is coming to light, what has been hiding beneath the surface. And it could be that you have been hiding something, Aries. Maybe you've been doing something, working on something, and you haven't been sharing, right? And maybe it's because you just don't want anyone to know. Maybe you don't want someone to steal your ideas, or maybe you don't want to hear anyone else's negativity. So you could have something that you are opening up with, right? And what does this do? It frees you from that secrecy, right? Lets you shine your light and be yourself, right? There could also be someone else or something else that has been hiding behind the scenes, and this could come to light for you as well. So certainly closing a significant chapter in your life. We have card 43 for you, Vast Vistas, and this is the nomads and the steppes of Mongolia that are coming in here. Vast Vistas represents an expansive energy, opening your mind, right? Seeing the possibilities, seeing your future free and clear. This is a movement card, right? Nomadic energy is not about staying in one place all the time, and which is actually quite reminiscent of your sign here, Aries, because of course, you being the first sign of the zodiac, great at initiating things, getting the ball rolling, right? You are that initiator of the zodiac, but it's not always about seeing something through to completion. It's like this might be for someone else to take over. So you could be the kind of person where you're really good at starting a project or brainstorming or getting that ball rolling, and then you hand something over to other people to finish it off, or to take over from you so that you can go on to something new. So this can represent where you're ready for something new. You're ready to move forward. You're ready to expand your mind, expand your horizon. What does that look like to you? Is it a new job? Is it a new department? Is it a new project, right? Is it just something within you? Maybe you have the inclination to travel. Maybe you've been stuck in one spot for too long and you're dreaming of something wide open spaces out there. You want to go and explore the world, just like this nomadic energy. But whatever your situation is, it's time for expansion and growth. We have hot moon energy coming in here, and this is card, oh, cool. Okay, hold on. Card 43, I don't know if you can see it, with Vast Vistas. Extremes, the hot moon energy is card 34. 3s and 4s may be playing a key role in your life here right now. 3s can be about teamwork and collaboration. 3s can also be associated with travel. 3 of Wands, for example, in the tarot. 3s are very much associated with the Empress card, right? New beginnings, a fresh start, creating something new, and creating abundance in your life, right? 4s are about stability and security. 4s can be about the home and the family, right? And so, maybe there's something here where, maybe you can't move somewhere new if you're getting bored where you live, or maybe there's something not quite right with your home. And instead of, packing your bags and moving somewhere, if you've been restricted, maybe you can take a different approach, a creative approach, maybe revamp your living space, that kind of thing. But the 4s do represent stability and security and building a good, strong, solid foundation. So this can represent some of you, maybe you are wanting a fresh life, a new start somewhere along the way. So whatever it happens to be, it's in a time of expansion and growth for you in many areas, right? That 12th house energy, right? Endings, right? We're ending something and we're moving on to something new, or we're taking something up a notch a little bit there as well. We have the Queen of Cups, the Chariot, and the 10 of Cups. Wow. Huh. Okay. The Chariot right there, overall energy is Cancerian energy associated with the moon. This speaks to things coming into alignment for you. And this speaks of your ambitions, your actions, your determination, your goals, the things that you want, and your ability to get them. The Chariot card does bring in an energy of, I'm going to go for it and I'm going to succeed. And indeed, it does bring in a victorious energy. Destiny, the stars aligning for you. The time is right. If you're looking to make a move, or if you're looking to travel, expand your horizons in some way, this is like giving you a green light to do that. And it could be spiritually, right? It could be spiritually, it could be a relationship, right? Whatever it happens to be, you know what it is, right? Or there's something hidden in your subconscious that's going to highlight this energy for you. Now, I do have to say, with the Chariot card, it is card number 7. What does 3 and 4 add up to? A 7. The stars aligning for you. If we really want to break down the numerology, we can go 777. So if 7 is your lucky number, again, green light for you. Now we do have the Queen of Cups here and the 10 of Cups. Happy home, happy family, happy life. This can speak to unlimited possibilities and potential and your ability to get things on track and get what you want. The Queen of Cups can show an energy of love and romance. Perhaps you meet someone new when you're out traveling. Perhaps there is someone new about to enter into your life, or you're about to take a relationship up to the next level. The Queen of Cups does, of course, speak to your spiritual self, your intuition, very heightened at this time, your connection with the cosmos, something a little bit mystical may be brewing beneath the surface for you here. Trust your intuition. Queen of Cups also brings a healing energy, and this healing energy is gathering momentum. So really trust it. Open your heart, right? Because all these are in the upright for you, and this is a very open energy coming here for you guys, right? But love having the 10 of Cups in there. So what makes you happy? It's almost like you're being encouraged to follow your heart. Now, of course, we got so caught up in the numerology of things, we forgot about the hot moon message. All right, extremes. Now, this can represent that there is something heating up for you in your life, right? Something is getting very passionate, very steamy. So it could be a relationship, right? But this can also be something within you, something brewing in you. There's something that you desire. We do, have this blood red moon in the window of that card, right? Is this just a blood red moon, a hot moon, or is that an eclipse? Hard to say, right? But it is important to note that in the energy of extremes, when we take things to extremes, sometimes things can go a little bit floopy. The Chariot reminds us of balance. And the eclipse, because the Pisces eclipse is associated with Virgo, and that's where these eclipses are going to be for the next couple of years, this is a reminder about balance. When we go from one extreme to another, we come out of alignment. This is where we make bad choices, right? Think about if you're trying to fill a void. If you're, maybe you've broken up with somebody who hasn't had that experience, right? You've broken up with somebody and now you're up in your emotions and now we're going to eat some feelings, right? Everyone's been there at some time in their life. And, so we're filling a void with something else and it's not healthy, right? So this is that reminder about balance between the masculine and the feminine, between action and passion and fire and calm and peace and heart space energy, the feminine energy, right? This is also a reminder of balance with our physical world and our spiritual world, Pisces and Virgo. Very, very important message for you there. Balance is the key to a healthy, happy life. And when our daily habits, patterns, and routines get so overwhelming that we don't have any time left for self-love, self-care, our spiritual side, things do tend to go a little bit sideways. And same thing with the other way around, right? We can't spend 24 hours in meditation or focusing on our spiritual growth. We'll neglect our physical experiences, which, let's face it, we're human. We have to take care of those things. So find the balance. Big, big key for you there and big reminder for you there. That's what I have for you, Aries. I thank you for watching. If you enjoyed your reading, please like, share, subscribe. I would love to know. I'd love to hear from you what this eclipse experience means to you, which means you're probably going to comment after the experience has happened. But some of you have some foresight. You know exactly what this eclipse is bringing in or eclipsing out for you guys. But I thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful eclipse. I'll see you next time. So Taurus, this eclipse is occurring in your very social very communicative 11th house. So your 11th house is Aquarian energy. So you could be really focused on other people, your social groups, your networks at this time. You could also be considering maybe doing some, a little bit of a deep dive, and you might be really considering how you can give back to your community, to the people that are around you. Very humanitarian is Aquarian energy, right? So it does carry the flavor of this in this house. Now, the 11th house, of course, is, if we think of our technology and our social media or how we connect with people, you might be wanting to make some changes in that regard. This can be very simply paring down your friends list, right? Getting rid of some social media accounts, perhaps, or having a look at the community groups or the Facebook groups and Instagram groups, whatever it is that you belong to, and you're like, I'm just not feeling the feels on this anymore. It used to be good. It used to be fun. It used to be enlightening, maybe. It used to be informative, right? And now I'm not getting anything from it. There's keyboard warriors on here. There's toxic people. I'm done, right? But at the same time, you could be making new connections, whether it's in your physical social world, right? Getting out there and actually meeting people rather than online, or whether you are connecting with different people over the internet, right? It's very, very social, very people-y in this energy. However, your 11th house, thank you, your 11th house also has to do with your wishes. So some of you could very well be having a wish come true. It might be something that you didn't quite expect, though, right? And as we all know, we quite often do get what we need. The universe will give us what we need, which is sometimes a little bit different than what we wanted or what we thought we wanted, but it's often very much better, right? So you could have some wish coming true right now, but you could also be really doing some introspection and saying, this is what I really wish for. This thing is what I really want. What is standing in my way? And eclipses are about cleansing and purging and getting things out of your way. So, but we need to be really honest and truthful, especially with the 11th house energy, especially if there's people standing in your way. It may be that you come from a certain social group, and maybe something that you really want or you're wishing for, something that you want to do, isn't in alignment with, their qualities or belief systems, right? They might turn their nose up at you, right? That kind of thing, right? So there could be some underlying fear of abandonment or something coming in there, right? Or I don't want people to make fun of me, or I want, or I want people to be supportive and not just kind of go, that's stupid. Right? So when other people are involved in our wishes and our dreams, they can either help or hinder. And so you might be figuring out which one that is. But your 11th house is also about liberty, freedom. Where do you need to free yourself? Right? And this eclipse, it may help you out with that. And let's see what else we've got. We've got card number 20 with healing. We've got the dream temples of Asclepius in Greece here. And so this is some great energy coming in here for you to cleanse, to purge, to heal, to fix something that's wrong. Maybe you've had a relationship or some connections that have gone sideways. This can be where you heal from that. Perhaps there's been something that's gone on in your past that has hurt you or upset you or kind of kept you in your shell in some way. And this is where we're fixing all kinds of stuff here for you. Huge healing energy coming in for you guys. Love that. You could possibly have second chances with that as well. Okay, it is card 20. It can have some correlation back to the Judgment card. Something hidden is revealed. We see the light. We gain clarity and insight on something. We might get a second chance, but we also have forgiveness coming in there as well. We have, look at you, we've got the void, dark moon energy. Now we forget about the dark moon sometimes, but it is a very important time because ultimately the dark moon is where we rest. We take a step back. We let go of things. We step into the flow of things. We don't resist. The void energy is a time of unlimited possibility. It's not just darkness, right? If we think of it as the void energy, if we think of it like an empty cup, or an empty vase. It's ready to be filled. So you are ready, and you are getting ready for something to fulfill you, or for a wish to be filled, something to be granted for you. This is a reminder about cleansing and purging and why it's important. If we don't, let's say you have, 1,000 friends on Facebook or something. Do you actually connect with all of those? Nah. And maybe your feed is filled with all of this stuff that you just don't want to see. You're like, why am I seeing this? And so in order for you to kind of make the room for something better, what do you got to do? Get rid of something that you already have, right? And that is the void. We're getting rid of something so that our vase, our cup, our life can be filled with something a lot better. We have the Four of Wands. Ooh, something to celebrate. We also have the Five of Wands. Okay, be careful of conflict. All right, and we have the Eight of Wands. Wow, a lot of fiery energy here for you guys, right? So with this, the Four of Wands can bring in some celebration, can bring in some really good news, can have a wish fulfilled. The Four of Wands is quite often referred to in modern readers as the 1111 card. And 1111 brings new beginnings, brings a wish fulfilled, and it's where we also set intentions and make a wish. I would not be setting intentions at an eclipse, by the way, just so you know. It's because it's a chaotic energy, right? And it's unpredictable energy. And when we are manifesting, we want to set intentions. We want something to last. And we don't want to manifest something in that can go poof, right? We want to manifest something in that can stay. But I do feel this is about something coming to fruition for some of you there. A wish is granted, 11th house, right, for you. Celebrate and give thanks and give gratitude. Even if you're not getting something that you wish for right now, also give thanks and gratitude for everything you have now, everything that is still blossoming in your world, and everything that has already come to pass. Now, the Four of Wands here can also represent a sense of stability and security in your life. So that's a great area. It can also be something highlighted for you. How do I get more stability and security in my life? What do I need to do? What do I need to change? Right? Big questions with this eclipse. But the Four of Wands can also be very social in its energy. Social engagements, parties, anniversaries, tailgate parties, birthdays, weddings, all of these things where people come together, the vibe is high, and, we are birds of a feather flock together, right? But we do have Five of Wands here with some potential conflict or change, right? So changing your social groups, right? This can be where maybe you do, have some get-togethers with your social group, but the Five of Wands, you're like, I'm not digging the vibe here anymore, right? Or maybe there is some conflicting energies or ideas with the people that you are connected to, right? And this prompts you to make change, Eight of Wands, moving forward, right? So for some of you here, you are really focused on who you do connect with and why, and what do I get out of it, right? Is this healthy? Virgo energy, right? Virgo, sun in Virgo, right? Is this healthy? Right? Do I want these people in my life? Do I feel connected to these people? And if not, you're making change. The Eight of Wands does propel us forward, does also bring in some good news. So yes, again, some of you are getting good news, something that you've competed for. So if you've competed like for a job or something like that, or maybe competed just to be seen, then this can be where you're getting what you really wanted, right? But the Eight of Wands can bring in good news, positive communication, but it can also be overcoming any obstacles and challenges in your path very easily. It's also one of forward momentum and potential travel. So whether we're moving onwards and upwards, right, leaving something behind and moving forward to something new, or whether maybe we are having a sense of adventure and we are going out, traveling, meeting new people, going places, right, whatever it happens to be. There's a lot of buzz in the air for you guys. All right. So embrace the positive vibes. Anything challenging or negative, know that you have the power to create change or to make the changes that you want to see. Thank you very much for watching, Taurus. I hope you have a wonderful eclipse. Like, share, subscribe. If anything resonated with you, or if you just enjoyed your reading, I truly appreciate that. And I will see you guys next time. So Gemini, 10th house energy. So your area of life that is very much highlighted for you now is your public image, right? Your status in the world, especially as it pertains to your career, your accomplishments, your achievements, whatever those look like. And with your 10th house energy coming in here, this can be very sparkly for you. It can be where you get the recognition that you so rightly deserve. And you might get rewarded for that as well. You know, part of getting recognition may come with some money. But this can also be where you use your reputation to really make some positive changes in your life. So are you fulfilled in your career? Are you looking for something new? Are you happy with the company that you work for? Do you like the people that you work with, right? Sometimes that can be really wonderful and sometimes it can be just ick, right? Do people play nice together in the sandbox, or is there a backstabby kind of energy going on? So, you know, it can be where you're really having a look at how you spend your day-to-day life, right? Remember, the sun is in Virgo, and Virgo is about your daily routines. What do you do on a day-to-day basis? Where do you work? What do you do for play, right? All this kind of stuff. And are you happy? So this can be where you're focused on finding a better balance in your life between work and home. This can be where you are potentially getting a new job, or you are making a decision to have a career change in some way. But this can also bring a surprising turn of events for you. You could be headhunted, right? In a good way, okay? Maybe someone is looking at your LinkedIn profile. Maybe you go out to some sort of networking event or something like that, and you start talking to people, and one thing leads to another, and the next thing you know, there's a job opportunity opening up for you, right? Your boss could come up to you one day and go, you know what, I like your work, you're dependable, you know, you have great communication skills, all that kind of stuff, and you know what, we want you in this position, right? And it can be something that's quite lucrative for you guys, right? So something can potentially come out of the blue, some out of the blue changes for you guys. But this is really where you can, you know, just watch your reputation. You know, we do talk about that sometimes in our career path, right? Your reputation may precede you and your reputation also follows you. And, you know, so even though if you are in a job, I will say, okay, the world is small, all right? It feels like a big, big, wild, wild world, but ultimately it is small. The internet has made it smaller, right? And word travels fast. So even if you are in that job or you work for that boss where all you want to do is go out in a blaze of glory, and you may even be dreaming about it, think twice. Think 3 times before you act upon that, because you never know. Never burn bridges, and you just never know who you might run into down the road in your career path, and they could make or break you, right? And so even though you might want to go out and tell everyone exactly what you think of them, right? Go out professionally. It's the high road. It's not the easy road necessarily, okay, because I've been there as well, and I've just wanted to go out just guns a-blazing, and I wanted to just tell everyone how I feel and tell everyone off, and this company this, and your way of running things is this, and nope, I've kept my yap shut. And sure enough, you end up running into people later on down the road. It might be years down the road, and you may be in that position where if you had done what you really wanted to do or say what you really wanted to say, could put you in a little bit of a sticky wicket in the present moment time. So just if you're, kind of just get the sense that there could be a little bit of spice in the air for some of you there, okay? But ultimately, the eclipse is helping you cleanse and purge anything that's not working for you, and, really has you focused on that on your reputation, on your career. You could also have some things that you're dealing with a dominant parent. Now, a dominant parent is typically, not always, but typically the father figure, right? But it doesn't have to be. It can just be the whoever is the authoritarian in your household, right? When you are growing up. So this can be where you may have an opportunity to let bygones be bygones and heal something, or you could have something that comes up and you recognize where you've got some blocks, right? Do you believe that you deserve success in your career? Do you believe that you have all of the experience and knowledge that people tell you that you do, right? Is there something from your childhood that's been holding you back? Now is the time where that comes up. Leadership, ancient Egyptian energy, card number 22. 22 is a master builder number. A master builder number says you have all the wisdom, knowledge, and experience that you need from this lifetime and past lifetimes to build the life that you want. Twos are also about balance and harmony and partnership, partnering up with the right people, partnering up with the right company, making sure that you're partnered up with the right job opportunities. Twos are also about making decisions. The leadership energy, right? Some of you could really be taking the lead in your life, making changes, letting things go, trying something new. Maybe you're taking a leap of faith. Some of you may have a leadership position that's opening up for you. And this is where it can be something could really pay off for you. You could also have somebody in your life that plays a lead role. So again, a dominant parent, a boss. You could be resolving some issues, or maybe they have something that they want to give you. We also have here full moon power, stepping into your personal power, harnessing and embracing the power of this lunation. It is here in full strength for you, helping you, leading you, guide you. Now, the 10th house is the ruling planet of the 10th house where this eclipse is happening for you is actually Saturn. And as I said in the intro, is that Saturn is in a conjunction with this eclipse. Saturn is also retrograde in the sign of Pisces, and Saturn can bring restriction, but it can also bring life lessons. And so remember that Saturn delays things. Saturn doesn't deny, but Saturn wants to make sure that you're ready for a higher level of responsibility, for more money, for whatever it is that you want, right? Saturn's like, well, first I'm going to test you a little bit and make sure that you really are ready so you don't squander something, right? And so you may have some delays. You may have been experiencing some delays, but that's the work of Saturn for you. So work with the energy of Saturn, right? And with it being retrograde, you could potentially have a second chance at something, but it's also a time to reflect and be brutally honest with yourself there as well. We have the 2 of Cups, another number 2 there for you guys. The 5 of Cups, leaving something behind and embracing something new. And we have the 6 of Wands, overcoming difficulties and challenges. This also speaks to your fame, your rewards, your honors, your recognition, right? Your leadership and your success. So very interesting energy there. But we do have the 2 of Cups. So 2s, once again, the energy of the 2s. So you might be partnering up with with the right people if you are not experiencing a good time wherever you are in your life right now. The 5 of Cups here shows that there's something not quite right, but there's a potential to turn it around. The 5 of Cups in the center does show obstacles and challenges, but it also represents the opportunity for change. 5 cups in the card, 3 cups spilt over, 2 cups still standing. So there's something here that could be salvageable for you, right? But we need to really be honest. What is really truly wrong? What is broken? What issues are there, right? And should we want to, we can turn things around. The 5 of Cups can also show that there might be something here that's a cause for disappointment, sadness, but there's something, if we turn around and look at the possibilities, there's something better with that 2 cups standing, and you've got the 2 cups right there. So what does that look like to you? Partnerships, healing a relationship, finding, the perfect job, finding balance in your life there as well. The 2 of Cups, right? We need balance in our life. So whatever it is, there's some decisions to be made, okay? Or we need to focus on balance and those partnerships in our life. But we do have the Six of Wands, so whatever challenge is here, or whatever challenges you've been facing, you're about to have a breakthrough. And the Six of Wands does carry an energy of victory, success. It also comes with some public recognition sometimes, and being recognized for your job well done, and usually with some sort of reward. So rewarded for all of your hard work, energy, and dedication, perhaps, right? Being rewarded with something new even, right? Time to spruce up your resume, guys, if you haven't already. All right. And don't be afraid to talk yourself up. Don't lie on your resume, okay? But you can certainly fluff it up just a little bit. Remember, you are selling yourself on a resume. It's not necessarily just a list of accomplishments, right? Or a list of things that you did. In this job, I did this, and this. Okay, so what did you accomplish, right? Look at it from that angle a little bit, right? But spruce up that resume if you haven't already, because you just never know. There could be some interesting change in your career path. I'm going to leave all that there for you guys. If you enjoyed your reading, if there was something here for you, or if you just like listening to me go on and on about the cards, then just hit that like button there for me. I truly appreciate it. It helps the video get seen. But it is free for you, but also subscribe if you enjoy my content. You want to see more of it, and at the very least, throw a heart in the comments box down below. I'll heart you back, and we'll get all kinds of wonderful high vibe energy going on around this eclipse. But I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. So for you here, Cancer, you may be inclined to expand your higher mind at this time. This eclipse is really highlighting your ninth house of spirituality, religion, belief systems, your big ideas. This is highlighting learning. Maybe you're considering going back to school for something, whether it's for something practical that you can use in your everyday life to further your career, for example, or maybe it's something that you want to learn in regards to belief systems. So you could be opening up for some new information at this time. You may also be finding that your belief systems have changed, and you are maybe trying to figure out how to blend the old with the new, because, you know, there's it works differently for a lot of different people, right? We're not all written on the same blank slate. And if there are certain things that you've been brought up believing, right, like organized religion and things like that, but now you've kind of opened up to a slightly different point of view, you might be trying to figure out, how can I blend the old with the new? And can I blend the old with the new? You're asking the big questions. Yes, you can, right? And there are many, many people out there that blend, say, Christianity with spirituality, right? And quite often these things are entwined. So you could be really looking at the big picture about all things philosophical, belief-based, you know, that kind of thing, right? And because, you know, you're very in touch with the moon energy and all of your senses are heightened, right? So especially the ninth house energy, which is Jupiterian energy, all right, the traditional ruler of Pisces, to which we have a square at this particular lunation. So there's something here that's got to kind of shift because it's stuck, right? And it can be a matter of, you know, I see myself moving forward in this direction with the things that I believe in. But I'm also kind of like stuck in the past a little bit, and I don't want to completely let that go. And, you know, and so I feel like you'll be finding a way if that's what you want to do. This can also be where you're trying to free up some time and energy to travel. Some of you are looking to make some big moves, maybe move to another country or another city. Others of you, part of expanding your mind is by traveling and experiencing other cultures, experiencing other points of view, mindsets, right? And so the travel, long distance travel with the ninth house can be in the cards for you guys. And you could be opening the door to an opportunity. But you could have a major epiphany at this lunation, mainly because this is like big ideas, the aha moment, seeing how the pieces fit together. So if there's something that you've previously been confused about, this is where you might get a little bit of clarity. We have here exuberance, wonderful energy, Parisian energy there. We've got the roaring 20s in Paris, quite the fun little times. So this is a very exciting kind of energy for you. And I mean, unless you already live in France, live in Paris, this can be, yes, maybe this is where you want to go. But this can also just really highlight that travel aspect. And this is all about having fun. All right. The ninth house, while on one level it seems very serious in the energy that it carries forward and highlights, but it's also fun. It's Jupiter, it's Sagittarian energy, it's freedom seeking, it's fun loving. We have a sense of adventure. We have a sense of the world as a big open expanse, right? We want to go explore it. And this energy, this exuberance energy says it's time for fun. It's time to be a little bit exuberant and extravagant. Just like the flapper girls in the roaring 20s, right? We're stuck in Victorian times, right? Stoic and stodgy. But then we open up to this wild and free energy. So you're being encouraged to be wild and free, whether it's in your belief systems, whether it's in the things you do, the things you learn, or where you want to travel, right? Be a little bit fun-loving and exuberant. We also have the flower moon energy with blossoming. So this is you blossoming for one, right? Something is also blossoming in your life. And when something blossoms, something comes to fruition. We have some abundance. We have opportunities. We got doors opening up for us. This is something coming to life and really growing in the most positive way. So this is a beautiful energy that is coming in here for you. Now, funnily enough, the blossoming message here is also card number 33. And 33 is a master number known as the master teacher number, teaching and learning. And where is this eclipse for you? Your ninth house of your higher mind, of education, of learning, of beliefs. So again, something is opening up here for you. You're seeing things from a different perspective. You're seeing things in a different way. And the exuberance card is number 12, relates back to the hanged man energy. And what do we do when we turn things around? We surrender, we let go, we step into the flow, we get enlightenment, but we also see the big picture, see things from a different perspective. We see the possibilities rather than the restrictions. So there's something really shifting here for you in the most positive of ways. Probably after a time of stagnation or a pause, right? So if you've been waiting for something or you've been feeling that nothing's been happening, there's been a reason for that. We have the King of Cups coming out here, talk about taking the lead. We've got the Death card, Plutonian energy, change, transformation, Scorpio energy there. And we've got the Two of Cups coming in here, guys, as well. So the Death card is the major energy out of this mix. Whenever we do get the major arcana cards, right, this can be fated events or happenings, things that are meant to transpire. But the Death card with Pluto energy does bring about all kinds of change and transformation. This can be spiritual, physical, mental, whatever it happens to be, something is shifting. And what is the core theme of eclipses? Change. Out with the old, in with the new. End of a cycle, stepping into a new one, right? Shifts in all of our lives in some way, some big, some small. But the Death card here does show that there is some major transformations going on in your world. Embrace them. The best way to navigate change is to embrace change and not resist change, because change is the only constant that we actually have in life, right? And the more things, sometimes, yes, the more things change, the more they stay the same. right? But they are still different even beneath the surface. So whether you know that it's time to make a change or whether you just sense that there's things changing around you internally, externally, this is the core theme. Now, the Death card ruled by Pluto can also bring something out to the forefront for you. Something hidden may be revealed. This can be something within you that you reveal. This can be something that someone else reveals, or maybe it's just that you're on a journey of discovery. Out of the darkness into the light. There is a healing element that does come with the Death card as well. Now, I do have to say the Death card with Pluto energy, Pluto currently, just as of September 1st, Pluto's been retrograde for a while in Aquarius. As of September 1st, Pluto retrograded back into the very last minute of Capricorn. And this will be the last time in our lifetimes, for another couple hundred years, that Pluto is in Capricorn at all. Hugely significant. It's encouraging us all to reflect on what we've experienced, especially the last since about 2008 or so, and prepare for a new age. This can be bringing second chances to the forefront for some people, but it's also an opportunity to put an end to something once and for all, to put it to bed, to put it to rest. The King of Cups is here bringing you peace and kindness and compassion. The King of Cups can be you taking the lead in your own life and following your heart, doing the things that you love, creating the life that you love. This can also represent a person who you may be partnering up with, someone who really digs your vibe. It's going to be a fellow water sign or just someone with a very kind, creative, compassionate, and perhaps spiritual heart. Because we do have the Two of Cups here. It's going to be about making decisions, finding balance in your life, harmonious aspects in your life here. It's like, I just want peace. I just want balance and harmony. And this is what's highlighting for you here as well. But this does show partnerships and relationships are highlighted for you at this time as well. And you could potentially meet new and interesting people, whether it's in your neighborhood that you're in now, or whether it's on the travels that you embark upon. But whatever it is, you've got changes in the wind for you guys. I'm going to leave that there for you, Cancer. I thank you for watching. Good luck in this eclipse. If you enjoyed your reading, please like, share, subscribe. Free for you, but it does help my video get seen on the YouTube algorithm. So I truly do appreciate that from you. But I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. And for you here, Leo, we've got something hidden that may come to light for you guys. This is a very transformative, very evolutionary, and possibly for some of you, a very abrupt energy that is occurring in your 8th astrological house, ruled by Pluto. Pluto currently retrograde in the sign of Capricorn, just went retrograde in Capricorn September 1st. We have retrograde energy until October 11th, all right? And then Pluto goes direct in Capricorn again before it finally settles into Aquarius for the next 20 years or so. But the 8th house, Plutonian energy, something can be hidden that comes to light. We can have the birth of something new. We can have final endings, closing a final chapter to something as well. Pluto can very much represent our personal power. Where have you been giving your power away? Where do you need to take your power back? Who has power and control over you? Time to shake it up. This can be an end to fears and stagnation in your life as well. Pluto ultimately brings a little bit of mystery out of the woodwork. Can represent our hidden desires. It does have to do with our sexuality, but it also has to do with the occult, right? The things that are hidden. The 8th house energy that we've got here does also have to do with inheritance, loans, shared assets, the things that we share with other people, whether it's money or property. And so partnerships may be very highlighted for you at this full moon as well, at this eclipse. You could be welcoming in something new There could be some changing dynamics within a relationship. All of a sudden you could get an inheritance and all of a sudden your loans are paid off, right? Those kind of things can happen with this energy. Whatever it happens to be, growth, change, transformation, endings, new beginnings. Very deep, very impactful energy for you guys. But I do feel that you're probably going to face some fear around something, and maybe it's a fear about talking about money with other people. Maybe it's a fear of sharing money and resources and finances. Maybe it's a fear of someone stealing them, right? Whatever it happens to be, I feel like you're working through it. And we have a healing energy coming in here for you guys. Building a good, strong, solid, long-lasting foundation. Fixing something for the long term, whether it's something within you, something externally from you, something with people, conquering a fear, right? Whatever it happens to be, a beautiful healing energy. You could have a second chance at something with this as well. And we have peace. Healing and peace. Look at that. Love that. All right. Now, does that necessarily mean that this eclipse will be calm and peaceful for you? Maybe for some of you, because it's already chaotic and now we're restoring the status quo. But for others of you, this is showing you that on your path to peace and healing, we need to deal with chaos first. We need to shake things up and disrupt our lives in some way first to clear the path for peace and calm and healing. It's not always an easy road, but it is a very rewarding road. But the peace card can represent your ability to and your opportunity to find peace in your life. So also reminding you to take a peaceful approach at things in your life as well. Number one, take a peaceful, kind, compassionate approach with yourself, but also with other people, right? Because you could be dealing with other people at this time as well. And we can, if we have something important to talk about, or we have some issues that we're dealing with, we can, be very confrontational about things, but it doesn't usually get us anywhere, does it? Because when we come out, wanting a confrontation or we just combative energy, right, we immediately put the other person on guard. Whereas if we start a discussion in a peaceful way, right, a kind way, people are more apt to be receptive to what we have to say. And then that's where we can usually find resolutions. I do also pick up the energy that, especially in regards to inheritance, because let's face it, the 8th house does deal with births and deaths, and inheritances come on board with that as well. And even though we all know that death is a part of life, we all know that it's inevitable, but it can be very abrupt. And no matter what happens, when someone does pass on, there's grief, right? There's sadness, there's tears. But ultimately, the person who has passed on is at peace. So if there are some things that you want to say to somebody, or some things that you wish that you had said, say them now. Even if the person has passed on, still say them now. Light a candle. Say what you wanted to say. And find the peace and stillness in your heart. If someone around you, maybe, quite often it's parents or grandparents or family members in some way, right? And if there's something that you want to resolve, something you want to say, something you want to heal, right, before maybe it is too late, then maybe now is the time to do that as well. Make peace with the situation. Because ultimately that will set you free. And this eclipse is about setting you free emotionally. Finding the healing in your heart, right? And it's not an easy thing to do. but is ultimately reclaiming your personal power. So a deep message there for somebody. We have the Nine of Wands coming in. We have the Star, beautiful, beautiful, healing, loving energy. And we have the Two of Swords. So there may be something here, you're trying to make a decision, an all-important decision about something, especially with the Two of Swords. This can be an energy where you need to go internal. You need to trust your intuition. You need to trust your heart, right? Go within with the Two of Swords. If you're trying to make a decision or gain clarity on something, this is where you'll do it. The Nine of Wands is something that you've been working towards, or something that you've been dealing with in your life that's been challenging, but you're at the finish line. There's something about to complete for you here, whether it's just a chapter in your life, whether it's some changes that you want to make and you've been working super, super, super hard to get to the point where you can make the changes, you have the opportunity to do so, then the time is about to shift here for you in a very positive way. But the Nine of Swords does also, or sorry, the Nine of Wands, excuse me, this one, also does represent a little bit of skepticism. It does also represent kind of like it's a wounded energy, wounded warrior, quite often referred to there. So whatever has wounded you, whatever wounds that you do have, and these come up at this time, usually out of the blue, right? Often in meditation, right? Whatever wounds that you've got, this is an opportunity to open that door, reclaim your power, heal the wounds, and move forward in a more peaceful light, in a more peaceful way. You might need to make some decisions. You might need to figure out how to approach a subject there as well, especially if it's internal, right? Quite often these things are internal. But know this, that the star is shining brightly. The Star card is here to restore a sense of serendipity, restore hope and inspiration in all aspects of your life. Interestingly enough, with the ruler of the 8th house being Pluto, going back into Capricorn, it's a now or never, do or die kind of energy, right? As of the beginning of November, Pluto goes back into Aquarius, star card, Aquarian energy, and really helps propel us forward with wonderful changes for our future. We're clearing out the last remnants of the past, and we are freeing ourselves up for that better tomorrow, no matter what that looks like to you. Spiritually, physically, emotionally, relationship-wise, whatever it happens to be. And it's a beautiful energy. The Star card does give us that inspiration, but it also does restore balance in our lives. Miracles and blessings abound whenever we do get that Star card. So some of you could have something coming to fruition for you here as well. And this brings you a sense of relief. It's a beautiful energy, very sparkly energy. It is the big yes card, right? Sometimes it's yes right now, and sometimes it's a yes, but not immediately. With some things we got to do first. But it can represent your wishes and your goals and the possibilities that lay ahead for you. But ultimately, it is a very peaceful energy, freeing you from things that are causing grief and pain and sadness. This is the calm after the storm. So embrace all of the wondrousness that is the star energy. Hope, faith, inspiration, peace, balance, healing. Success and abundance also come to light with the Star card as well. So all of the great stuff coming in here. You're about to be rewarded for everything that you've been working towards. And know that even if you are on a journey of transformation, that there's rewards at the other side. With that, guys, I'm going to leave that there. I thank you for watching. I hope there was something here for you. If so, please like, share, subscribe. Watch your sun, moon, and your rising signs for the big picture. I think there's some big stuff going on for you guys. But I thank you for watching. I hope you have a good eclipse, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. And for you here, Libra, this eclipse is happening in your 7th house of relationships. So relationships with all kinds of people, romantic, friendship, business partnerships, and relationships of all kinds are highlighted for you now. So someone could be revealing something to you. You could have some changes going on in some relationships. And yes, dare I say it, there could be some breakups. All right. Now, chances are, for some of you, if there is a potential breakup, you likely already know. And even if you don't necessarily recognize it in your conscious mind, somewhere in your subconscious, your intuition has already told you. Now, if it's your decision, it doesn't always make it any easier, does it? Right? It's still challenging. It's still difficult. But if that is you, trust that there is a better tomorrow on the horizon. Some of you could be opening the door, opening the path for new business partnerships. There could be contracts that are getting signed at this time. So, I mean, some of you could be all of a sudden getting married. Okay. You could also potentially be getting divorced on the same level there as well. But the 7th house is a focus on equality and sharing within relationships of all kinds. So we could be cleansing and purging. Could be starting a new relationship there. Part of the energy that's coming in here, if you're single, maybe you've been hurt in relationships before, right? And if you're single and maybe not necessarily even looking for love, but this can be where there is something that has been blocking or restricting or holding you back in some way in opening your heart towards the possibility of love. And that can be what's highlighted for you at this time. It can also be a little bit of an opposition energy here as well, because with Virgo, with the sun in Virgo, this can be where we're a little bit at odds with what we want and what someone else wants, right? And the key is finding compromise and working together. This can also represent, because the sun is in Virgo, and this can represent that, if do you have time for other people in your life? Have you made time for friendships? Are you nurturing friendships or neglecting friendships? Right? Are you ready for love if you want love, right? Have you made time in your life for it? Are you going out and meeting new people? Right? So we are encouraged to look at our daily habits, our daily patterns and routines, right? And make sure that we're living a balanced lifestyle. So people-y in your eclipse energy here for you guys. We have power. Power. So you are being encouraged to embrace your personal power, take your power back, or recognize that you have the power to make change. If you are in a relationship and you feel stuck, and maybe it's not healthy for you anymore, embrace your power. You have the power to try and fix it. You have the power to walk away. But know that you're not necessarily turning your back on something. You're not abandoning something. You're walking towards a better tomorrow. And sometimes that requires leaving something behind in the past. We can also be cleansing and purging, of course, at this time as well. And what does that do? Brings us back into alignment with our personal power. But power is a funny little thing, right? And this is a very interesting oracle deck that I'm using here. It's actually the Time Traveler's Oracle. So basically what it's doing is it's bringing us back in time for lessons, for messages, right, from yesteryear. And with the Power card, this speaks to the dinosaurs, right? They were powerful, seemingly invincible. But remember that even though we may sometimes be dealing with a formidable energy or a formidable opponent, right? There's always a way around them. There's always a way forward. There's always a way to break away, right? This is a reminder that just because someone is powerful doesn't necessarily mean that they're out to get us, right? So when we think of the energy of power, especially as it relates back to the dinosaurs, they were wiped out because something more powerful than them came along, right? And so, you know, with this energy, wield power with caution, right? Because power has the ability to change, has the ability to improve, make decisions, but power also has the energy, just like anything else, to harm. So are we going to embrace our personal power to help or to heal or to harm, right? So think about the energy of power. Pluto, by the way, Pluto retrograde at the moment in Capricorn, right? It's like a now or never kind of energy. Something here is being revisited. Something here is being reflected upon or looked at. And Pluto brings us back into alignment with our personal power. So have you given it away? Have you allowed someone to squash you in some way and to hold power and control over you? Is it time to wipe it out? Right? So think about that energy of power and what that means to you. We have the wolf moon here with hunger, something you want. Interestingly enough, this is card 29, whereas Pluto, power, 29th degree of Capricorn. So there's something here that has been a little bit back and forth, perhaps. There's something here that may come up again, right? Because this is where things do come up again. Or there's something here that you are reflecting on and you're like, I know I need to do this thing. I know I need to make change. I know I need to make a decision. I know it's like this critical point in our life, in our relationship, wherever that happens to be, we've got to do something, right? Instead of sitting back. So a big turning point. Now the hunger energy here is a full moon energy. That's what we've got right now. And with the hunger, what are you hungry for? Now, the hunger energy could represent that in an aspect of your life that you are not fulfilled, right? Just think about if you have dinner and it didn't quite hit the spot or it wasn't enough and you're still hungry. So are you in a situation where you're still longing for something, you're still hungering for something because you're not getting what you need? Or is there something you really want? You're hungry for something. You are desiring something in the biggest way. You got a craving for something, right? This is an energy of stepping into your power and following a passion, a goal, following a dream, following a better tomorrow. But ultimately, we may need to tie up loose ends, and we might need to leave something behind to find that path for that better tomorrow. Feed the hunger, though. We have the King of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, and the Emperor, power. Wow, that's big energy here for you guys. The Emperor energy is what we'll start with because that's the biggest overarching energy here. The Emperor is the area that this Piscean eclipse is really highlighting because it's at the 25th degree. And when we talk about degree astrology, right, we've got degrees 1 through 12, right? We've got 12 signs of the zodiac. 1 is Aries, 12 is Pisces, okay? So when we have the 25th degree, right, we've gone through the zodiac signs twice, and now we're starting again. So the 25th is the first house, which is Aries energy. Taking your power, taking authority, taking charge, taking control, taking the lead. This is where we initiate something, we take action. First, we figure out a plan, we figure out how we're going to do it, or we figure out what we're going to say, or we figure out what we want, and then we spring to life. The Emperor does speak to someone being in a position of authority. Have you given away your power? Have you allowed someone to take over your life, right? Is it time to reclaim your authority? Leadership energy here and initiating action right here. We do have the King of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles, and as far as relationship energy is concerned, okay, the King of Cups, love and romance. The Ace of Pentacles, a gift. So a surprise engagement, surprise marriage, surprise commitment, possibly here. The Ace of Pentacles certainly brings about new beginnings. It can also bring the next stage of something. And the Ace of Pentacles can be very much a little bit of luck. All the aces are new beginnings, okay, or their next stage, right? But they're gifts from the universe or they're gifts from another. The Ace of Pentacles is something that you've manifested. So for some of you here, you have something very wonderful that you have manifested into existence. It could be a new person. It could be a new sense of self, right? Taking back your personal power. It could be that you, because we do have the Emperor card, and the Emperor can be someone who is wise, they're strategic, they're standing on their own, but it can be as a person, someone who has been divorced, right? And it could be embracing your personal power, taking the lead to forge the next path of life on your own. This can be where we resolve money issues, potentially with another person as well. The King of Cups can be your energy. You're listening to your heart. You're listening to what your intuition has to tell you. It's bringing you a gift of information and a gift of an opportunity to make some change, whatever that looks like. Welcoming new people into your heart here as well, right? The King of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles with the Emperor card can certainly be a new romantic interest, right? Or someone that you already know, where that interest can take a turn for the better. But whatever it is, there's a gift in store for you. Now, something could be coming to fruition right now, possibly a second chance for some of you as well. But this is also the energy that is being activated as we are transforming, as we are clearing the path, as we are looking into the future. The future is very, very bright here, filled with happiness and joy, spiritual insights, your ability to really do what you want to do what you're passionate about, follow your dreams, whatever it happens to be for you. But there's some new energy that is coming in here. So really embrace that. A little bit of luck on your side as well. Right place, right time. And, eclipses do bring about fated events. So there could be something that's just written in the stars for you. The wheels are already in motion for you. So go with the flow. I'm going to leave that there for you guys. I hope there was something here for you. If there was, and if you enjoyed your reading, please like, share, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. Even just whacking that like button will help my video get seen. So I truly do appreciate that. That algorithm can be quite the fickle little folly there to crack. So I truly do appreciate your input. Just takes a second for you and it's free. But I thank you for watching. I do wish you all the best of luck in this eclipse. And know that even if there's breakups, okay, there's also a huge healing element that comes in with this energy as well. All right. So I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. And for you, Libra, we have this eclipse occurring in your 6th house, which is Virgo energy. And this really does have a focus on your health, happiness, and well-being. This is where the sun is currently right now in the sign of Virgo. So you could be very much focused on making some really positive changes in your daily life. This can be about eating better. This can be picking up some brand new diet or exercise regimes. This can be finding a healthier work-home life balance. Maybe you've promised yourself to spend a little bit more time with your spiritual self, or maybe some time in solitude, anything associated with your health, happiness, well-being, and of course, the things that we do every single day. You might be focused on work right now, or perhaps you want to make changes in what you do for a living. All of these things go hand in hand with the 6th house energy. So this also does have to do with pets. So you may have something going on with a pet, but since you're giving yourself a health and well-being checkup, it's a great time to do that with your pet as well. And hey, the universe may have something very wonderful in store for you. As we all know, we don't always choose our pets. Sometimes they choose us. You might have a stray cat showing up at your door, or maybe you're like me. Almost a year ago, I went to get one kitten and came home with two. So you just never know what's going to go on with that one. But hopefully your pets are healthy and happy. And like I said, you could be chosen by one of those that the universe has sent to you, likely so that it can help you in your day-to-day in some way. So let's see what we've got here. And we've got 19, happiness, and very interesting because card 19 is in the tarot is the Sun card, right? And so the eclipse is in your 6th house, which is Virgo energy, Mercury energy. The Sun is in Virgo, and the Sun is focusing on your happiness. And this particular card represents Shambhala in the Himalayas, which is a wonderful, wonderful place, apparently. I've never personally been there, but I know people who have. It's timeless in its energy. And in Tibetan tradition, this is known as the source of happiness. So what is the source of your happiness? Perhaps this is what you're discovering. This is what you're finding at this eclipse. Do what gives you joy. Do something that brings you pleasure and happiness in your life. This is a time of increased happiness and pleasure for you. Embrace it. Let go of anything that's not, of course, making you happy. We have the hot moon here with extremes. All right. So, number one, this hot moon energy can bring in some potentially passionate connections or possibilities of them. This also does speak to your passion, something you're passionate about, right? Something that you really want, something you desire. But the extremes energy can show that there may be something that is heating up. All right. And especially in our day-to-day world, this can be the people you deal with day-to-day. This can be where you go every day, the things that you do. Perhaps some of you with this energy, maybe in order to get your body moving a little bit, maybe you want to do like some hot yoga or something like that, right? Sweat it out, right? This can also represent that there could be some fiery energy in the skies, okay? And we do have this potential to come about with eclipses anyway, so tempers can run hot and heavy. With the extremes energy, though, it is a reminder about balance. When we go to one extreme or another, there's something that we're not paying attention to. And while it's not always easy to maintain a happy, healthy, balanced, harmonious life every single day, right? Even though that's what we strive for, it's not always possible, right? But there is a need, there's a call here to kind of see where you are focused too much in your life and what is not getting the attention that it needs. Is it you? Maybe you're focused so much on other people that you're not paying attention to you, your own needs. Perhaps you're spending so much time at work that you're neglecting your home. Perhaps you're spending a lot of time in your physical world and there's no room left for your spiritual practice or to take care of your spiritual needs. So wherever there is this swing of energy, right, we've moved away from the balance. So really be honest and truthful with yourself, and where do you need to find more balance in your life? It's important for you, Libra, right? You are the sign of balance, right? So when things are not in alignment for you, things just don't feel quite right. So go within, find that time, find that quiet space, be really honest with yourself. May require you making some small tweaks, may require you making some big changes, may require you letting something go completely and embarking on a new way forward, right? But whatever it is, balance is very important. Two of Cups, balance. Okay. Two of Cups, balance and harmony in all things. Two of Wands, balance and harmony in all things. Oh my goodness. And we have the Four of Swords. This brings us peace and happiness. Okay, there we go. The Two of Cups here can certainly represent balance within ourselves, right? Between the masculine and the feminine. The Two of Cups can also represent balanced, harmonious relationships and the need to pay attention to those, right? Because again, our relationships can come out of alignment as well, right? One person's needs are the focus and the other person's needs are not being attended to. The Two of Cups can represent love and harmony in all things. It can represent love and romance in the air for you as well. Number one, self-love, first and foremost, right? But this can also be the love of another. Spending some more time with the people that you love, with the people that you care about, with your friendships, your romantic partnerships, even, yes, your business relationships. Are you working in a harmonious atmosphere? Do you get along with the people that you work with? Do you have each other's back? Right? If not, maybe that's where the changes are. But the Two of Cups, if you are having any kind of tension or discord in a relationship, or if you are single looking for love, there could be some love on the horizon for you here. If you've been going through some struggles, there's an opportunity to get things back on track, to make things right. Should you choose, right? Sometimes we find that balance and harmony by moving away from other people. But with the Two of Cups here, there can certainly be that energy of love and romance. It might be new. It can be something coming to fruition for you. And yes, of course, we do have the hot moon extremes energy. So it could be something quite spicy in a really good way. The Two of Wands, though, shows that we've got an idea. We know what we want. We've got some spark of inspiration. Maybe you're finding new sources of inspiration. And the Two of Wands, this is where you're figuring things out. You're making a decision. Where do I go from here? What's my next steps forward? We're putting a plan together, right? And that is very much Sun and Virgo energy, okay? So we need a plan, right? Something we've got our heart set on, something that we desire. We need to get a plan going. With the Two of Wands, sometimes we do decide which path to take because it can be a duality energy. There's a little bit of duality energy here for you guys. So you could have options, right? Some of you have more than one opportunity, more than one door opening for you. Maybe more than one door is closing for you and it's leading you along paths very much unknown. But the Two of Wands typically does represent that there is clear sailing ahead, that the path forward is clear. In this particular Two of Wands energy, we do have those two wands crossed, and we've got the wise owl who is right there. And the wise owl says, if you find the path forward is blocked in any way, go inside, go internal, listen to your wisdom, because you have the wisdom inside you to make the right choices and to know what is standing in your way. Is it you standing in your way? Is it lack of knowledge? Is another person standing in your way? Because you have the ability to uncross those wands and clear that path. But we do have the Four of Swords, and it is a card of rest and relaxation, taking a break, taking a time out. It is also one of meditation. So meditation can certainly be the key for some of you here to gain clarity and insight, to figure out what you want, right? And to bring you some healing and hopefully some enlightenment there. That's what I have for you, Libra. I hope there was something here for you. If so, please do like, share, subscribe. I truly thank you for that. It is free for you. It only takes a split second, but it really does help my channel and the videos get seen. The interaction from you is all important. So I hope you guys have a good eclipse. I wish you luck, and hopefully it brings you something special. But I thank you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye. And Scorpio, for you guys, this eclipse is going to occur in your house of fun. In your fifth house. This is all about love and romance. This is about your hobbies, your interests, the things that bring a smile to your face, the things that are fun, the things that you're interested in. So this can be an eclipse for you where you might have something that you really want to do, something that gives you a sense of fulfillment. And in the eclipse energy, you could be recognizing that you may need to make some changes in your day-to-day life, Virgo, so that you can find more time to do the things that you love. Sometimes that might mean making big changes, sometimes little small tweaks. Sometimes you may need to establish or reinforce some boundaries somewhere. But this can be a fairly, I don't want to really say fairly lighthearted eclipse because it's not really for anybody, but I would say you get a little bit of a break. And it can be an eclipse where you're just like, you know what? I'm going to go out and I'm going to have a good time. I've done a lot of work. I've done a lot of healing. I've done some changes. And, you know, I'm just going to put some things on the back burner for now. I'm just going to go out and enjoy myself. Ultimately, though, the 5th house really does speak to your heart. And this can be where you're maybe called upon to do some inner work there to open your heart. If you are wanting and desiring and yearning for love and romance, we need to go within and say, okay, am I ready? Do I have time in my life right now for love and romance? Do I have time for friends? Do I have time? So we need to open our heart and say, okay, yes, maybe I do want love and romance, or maybe I want to spark up a friendship and see what happens. Maybe I want to be a little bit more social. But I keep doing these things day to day to day to day to day that keep me so busy that I don't have time for any of this stuff. Is that by accident or design? Sometimes we need to really dig deep and we need to be very honest with ourselves, right? Because it can be that thing where deep in your heart, maybe you do want love. You tell your friends maybe that, oh, no, I'm good. I'm happy single, right? I don't really need love in my life. I'm everything that I need. And while on many levels that may be true, maybe some deep little corner compartment of your heart that says, I really want love, right? I really need a connection with another human on a different level than just, than just family and things like that. So I do feel that there is some inner work that's being done with some of you here that unlocks your heart and really brings to the forefront what you truly desire. If there's things in your world that are not making you happy, I feel that you're going to shift your focus onto the things that do. And I feel like some of you here are really going to be cleaning house. And you're like, do you make me happy? Do you serve a purpose? Nope, out, gone. In very crystal clear, decisive way, decluttering many areas, many aspects of your life, of your world. But it's so that you can welcome in new things. It's so you can have more time, so that you can do more things that put a big old fat smile on your face. We have transcending Atlantean energy coming in here for you. So got a little bit of either history or mythology, depending on how you look at it. But transcending, you are having a breakthrough of some kind. You are transcending the human vibe, the human experience, and you are moving into different realms. Pay very close attention to your intuition here, Scorpio. Your ruler, Pluto, has just gone on September 1st, retrograde in the sign of Capricorn for the very last time in our lifetimes. It'll be another couple hundred years at least before Pluto enters Capricorn again. And with this comes big breakthroughs, big endings, this big transformative energy. And it's to cleanse us and purge us so that we can ascend to new heights once Pluto goes direct and once Pluto enters Aquarius again, November. Goes direct October 11th, enters Aquarius again in November. And you are one of the chosen ones here. So you are really in touch with your spiritual self at this full moon, at this eclipse. You're very much in touch with your heart space, all of your chakras. Do some energy work, do some spiritual work, do some meditation. And I do feel that you will experience some sort of shift. Maybe some unexplained weird happening goes on. Maybe some crazy dreams at this time. And I feel like the next few months are going to be incredibly interesting for you. Positive, positive, positive change. spiritual growth, maybe a little bit of magic in the air for you guys. So you're being invited here in this energy to transcend, to rise above the mundane, the things that don't matter. Let the little things go, Scorpio. Okay? We do not have to get stabby, okay, or take revenge or anything like that on all the little things. Let the little stuff go because there's bigger things in store for you. Wow, we have got hot moon here again with extremes. So this is like the third time this card has come up. So when we get this card, I feel like for you, Scorpio, it's very heated energy, very passionate energy. I mean, number one, with this eclipse happening in your 5th house, right, there can be some passions that do come to the forefront. This passion can come via a person. It can come via something that you are passionate about, like a hobby, a creative endeavor, something that you really lights you up from inside. So this can be where, you are maybe shifting your focus again onto these new things, or maybe there's a passion project that you want to finish, that you want to wrap up. You're tying up the loose ends. It can be very exciting for you. It's very exciting in the hot moon energy, but very passionate, very heated, very fiery. Now, having said that, of course, the extremes energy can be a reminder, again, about letting the little things go, right? We don't need to take everything from 0 and crank it up to 100 every single time. Maybe someone said something to you that maybe you took a little bit offense to. Maybe they meant it, maybe they didn't. Who knows? Are you going to be like water off a duck's back and let it roll? Or are you going to really ramp up that energy and go on full on attack mode? This may not be the time for you to do that. Maybe this is something that's shifting within you. We want to save our energy for the good stuff, right? So just be a reminder of those extreme mood swings and extreme reactions that can sometimes very much happen around not just full moons, but also around eclipses, and sometimes about life in general as well. Extremes can also represent your energy, right? And do you get obsessed about certain things, right? Do you have balance in your life? When we have extremes, we take something up to 100, right? But then we neglect something else. So balance is the key in everything in life. And I think I said in my intro that with the Pisces Virgo axis that we're going to have eclipses in for the next couple of years. This is about finding the balance between order and chaos, right? Order being Virgo, and chaos, floaty energy, right, is Pisces. Pisces, very creative energy, right? So where do we find the balance? And that is what you're being called upon to do in your spiritual self, your physical self, your day-to-day routines, right? Remember, when we take something to extreme, we neglect something else. And then we start to do things like filling the void with things that aren't healthy, right? So find that balance. We have the 9 of Pentacles, absolutely spectacular energy. Love that. I'll flip them all over. We've got the 9 of Swords, Knight of Swords. And we have the 4 of Wands. Some of you are getting some spectacular news at this time. The Knight of Swords is quite often a messenger, right? And quite often something quick, something maybe you didn't expect, a surprise, something coming in out of the blue, out of nowhere, right? Or something that just happens really quickly. And with the 9 of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands, this is something good, okay? Something you wanted, something you wished for, something you hoped for, something you manifested in your life. The 9 of Pentacles is something coming to fruition for you. It's a completion, and it is one of abundance and success. It is one where we feel like all of our needs are met and we have more to give. It's one where we treat ourselves as well to something we truly desire. Because the Nine of Pentacles can be this luxurious energy, right? It's indulgence because we deserve it and we can afford it, right? So whether this is simply doing something luxurious and extravagant for yourself that is focused on your spiritual or physical well-being, maybe you make a pact with yourself to have a bubble bath every Friday night at 8 p.m. And you're not just going to have any bubble bath. You're going to put in rose petals, and you're going to put in a fancy bath bomb and some, essential oils, and you're going to light candles, and you're just going to soak and just let all your worries drift away, right? Maybe you're going to buy yourself some tools and some supplies that are part of a creative hobby that you've always wanted to learn or that you want to get back into. So we're treating ourselves incredibly well when we have the Nine of Pentacles. Does it have to cost any money? No. Can it cost money? Yeah. Right? But this is something coming to fruition in the most positive of ways. The Four of Wands is cause for celebration. This is known as the 1111 card in some circles, right? So you could have some wish coming true somewhere around this eclipse or like the next few months. Okay, it's not necessarily a one and done, a one-day deal. You could have invitations and offers and opportunities to get out there, socialize, meet people, ultimately celebrate and have fun with that Four of Wands. But this is about planting roots, feeling grounded, feeling stable in your energy. And this is an energy of celebration. And it is quite often very people-y in its energy, right? Going out, going for social activities, going to parties and events and meeting people and basically just having a really good time. So you got some great energies and some great possibilities coming in here. So always a deeper message with the eclipses, but anything goes with eclipses, right? Faded energies, faded events, things that are already in motion, surprises, things coming out of the woodwork, second chances, perhaps there as well. But with that transcending energy, I feel also that there is a big shift happening here for you guys. And of course, your chart ruler, Pluto, may certainly be helping you along the way, but, could also be shaking things up just a little bit in ways that you didn't quite expect, because often to bring in all of this wonderful abundance, we do need to make room for it. I'm going to leave that there for you, Scorpio. I hope there was something here for you. If you enjoyed your reading or if there was something that spoke to you in any way, please do hit that like button. It's free for you. It takes 1 second. It really does help my video get seen, and I truly do appreciate your effort. And if you do enjoy my content anyway, maybe consider subscribing to my channel. Again, free for you. But I thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful eclipse, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Sagittarius. For you, there is something big happening on the home front for you guys. Big changes in your home life. Maybe you're buying a new house. Maybe you're moving to a new neighborhood, a new city, maybe another country. You could have a shifting dynamic within your home environment. Maybe there's someone moving in, someone moving out. You could be joining forces with your parents. Maybe they're getting on in years, and maybe they're, very reluctant to go to, a living facility or a home in any way. And so now, before things get to that crucial stage, now maybe you're making those changes. So you could be buying a house together with your parents, and maybe there's an in-law suite or something downstairs. So they still have their independence and you still have your privacy, but there is that help and support there should they ever need it. Some of you could be adding family members to your house. You could be blending families together. Some of you could have a very shocking announcement, a very shocking surprise, and maybe a pregnancy announcement. Now, it might be you. It might be one of your siblings, or it might be one of your children. All right. And this is like, whoa, I didn't expect that. So we got a bunch of things happening around your home, around your family, around your children, and, you know, around the foundations that you've built, right? So hopefully this is bringing you all good blessings, right? Good changes, good movement. You know, and even if it's something that does bring an end to some sort of living situation, it's probably lining you up and leading you towards something that's just a little bit better, but you might not be able to see the forest through the trees right away. But there's been a lot of very interesting shifting dynamics around your astrology and around your energy here, Sag. So there could be something going on with your work, with your business. You could get a transfer. You could get a promotion. You could get a raise. You could all of a sudden find yourself in a position quite unexpectedly where you all of a sudden can afford the things that you always wished for. Your manifestations come about in very interesting ways, right? So, and quite often what happens when we're manifesting and we're setting intentions with the universe is quite often we get the tools that we need, we get the resources that we need to get the thing that we want, right? It's those open doors. So prepare for some sort of action or some sort of surprise, some unexpected news, something that brings about some big changes for you, but it's like a big roadblock is being removed in some way. May still require you to do some work, right? Not everything is easy breezy, okay? But ultimately will bring you blessings and rewards, right? So keep an open mind. Very much keep an open mind here. But yeah, your fourth house energy is Cancerian energy, so it's ruled by the moon. So you are going to be very impacted by this. And the fourth house has to do with our foundations, our home, our privacy, right? Our ancestry here as well. So you maybe either you or someone in your family is like building a family tree, right? And you might find some interesting things about family, right? You could have some ancestors that have, come from very interesting places or done some interesting things that you never even thought of, right? So you could have some family secrets possibly come to light at this lunation as well. I did happen to glance, and we do have the Magician at the back of the deck here for you. So this can represent a surprise. I haven't been turning over the back of the deck for the majority of these readings, only because I'm trying to keep them relatively time sensitive here. But I did happen to glance at yours for some reason. So this is the underlying energy. It can bring you a surprise, but the Magician speaks to your ability to manifest and create the life that you want. Find the resources and the tools that you need, right? And ultimately speaks to your inner power and your inner magician, your inner magic. So there could be something that comes up here that is related to some intention that you have set at some point in the past, right? Whether it's the recent past or whether it's like the last couple of years or so, maybe something has taken a long time to come to fruition, as they often do, right? Sometimes the little things we get quite quickly. Sometimes the big things, they do take time. There's a lot of moving parts, right? And sometimes it's the other way around, right? And it's like, oh yeah, this thing, I asked for this like years ago. Anyway, so just a little bit of a dynamic very shift here for you. We have focus energy, focus on the task at hand, focus on what you want to create, focus on what you want to change, right? Remember the Magician at the back of the deck there, that underlying energy that is propelling you through this eclipse season. And remember, your thoughts become things, your vision, the things that you focus on, this is what manifests in reality, right? And so make sure that you are focusing on the right things, because we can manifest absolutely anything into our lives. We can manifest a bad mood. We can manifest a headache if you convince yourself enough. Mind over matter there, people, right? I've done that. Being somewhere, I was like, oh my God, I kind of wish I go home. I wish I had a headache. And the more you concentrate it, the next thing you know, you have a raging headache and it's like, I gotta go, right? Because that's where you have put your focus. That's where you put your energy, and voila, you've gotten what you've wanted. So you can manifest the good and the not so good. All right. So make sure you're focusing on the right thing, but your ability to focus and create is incredible. Now, one thing about the focus card, right, because there's shadow aspects to everything, we can focus too much because our focus turns into obsession. And obsession creates extremes in energy and creates blocks. Because when we are obsessed and laser focused on that one thing, we can't see anything else. And therefore, we can't see the possibilities that may be opening up around us. So just be aware of that. We have surrender here for you guys as well. Surrender, obsession, right? Surrender to the universe. Be open, be free, be in the flow. Surrender, theme of this full moon in a big way. Surrender whatever is holding you back or whatever you are clinging on to that really has no part of your future. It doesn't fit. It's like trying to jam a puzzle piece into a puzzle and you know it's in the wrong spot, but damn it, you've been working on this for 4 days and you're going to make it fit. No. We're releasing that, right? And when we surrender, we step into the flow. We release blocks and resistance. And this is where the magic happens. Wheel of Fortune. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Now, let me tell you, I am a Sag rising. So I feel you guys. I connect with you guys. All right. I'm Aquarius sun too. So I got all sorts of wonderful stuff going on. In the last week, I swear, I don't usually pull tarot every single day for myself. In actual fact, I can go a couple of weeks without pulling anything. But I've been compelled to pull out what is my energy activating right now and what is my present energy. And every single day, the Wheel of Fortune has come up. So, I don't know. I'm open to it. I'm very much open to it. But the Wheel of Fortune reminds us of the ebb and the flow of life and that everything has cycles. We have cycles of increase. We have cycles of decrease. We have cycles of growth. We have cycles of introspection, right? And we have cycles of good and we have cycles of bad, right? But for every change in the seasons and for every ebb and flow that is around the universe, you are currently embracing the energy of growth, expansion, good luck, good fortune. Faded energies, faded situations, faded events are highlighted with the Wheel of Fortune as well. But the Wheel of Fortune is ruled by your ruler and mine, Jupiter. Jupiter is also the traditional ruler of Pisces. Right now, Jupiter is in a square, okay, to this eclipse. So there is something that is ready to release. There is something that has been very, very stuck. There is something that has been, it's like a squaring off energy, right? Ye shall not pass. And this is about, you're about to have some sort of big breakthrough in some way in your world. Expansion, growth, embrace the change, stay in the flow. Surprises and changes can come about with that Wheel of Fortune. Anything goes. We have the Ten of Wands. Let's be done with this, shall we? Out the door, out, go away. And we've got the Page of Cups. We much more want to embrace that energy. So the Ten of Wands is an end of a cycle, and it's been a rough ride there, Saggy, in some areas, some aspects, maybe even multiple aspects of your life. You don't stop, right? You keep going. You keep trudging through life. Even when you feel like you're walking through quicksand, you still put one foot in front of the other. But man, oh man, is it ever been tiring. But the Ten of Wands shows you're done. It's the end of a cycle. You're about to move forward into something a little bit better, a little bit easier, some happier vibes, some happier times. And this cycle that you've been in can be, maybe it's just been the last few months, maybe it's been the last couple of years. Certainly, I don't know about you, but 2023 was, that was a banger, right? But there's a little bit of a sense of relief in the air. The Ten of Wands can also just show as a reminder, though, okay, that even though you can, doesn't mean you should. All right? Because it is a card of responsibilities and taking on too much. When we get through the wands and we get to the Eight of Wands, it's exciting. We're busy. We're active. We're doing stuff. We're moving forward. We're making things happen. We're moving and shaking. But then we get to the nines and the tens and we're like, man, oh man, I bit off more than I can chew. So the Ten of Wands reminds you of the balance, or not the balance, the boundaries in your life, and that it's okay to say no. Because just because you're capable of carrying the world on your shoulders, right? Think of Atlas, right? Holding the globe, right? No one should have to feel that way. So number one, there's a weight of the world being lifted off your shoulders sometime over the next few months. It may happen very quickly. It may occur over a little bit of time. But it's very much okay to say no to projects, to responsibilities, to even helping other people. It's wonderful to help other people. We always should be in a position where we're willing to help when those people are in times of need. But we also need to recognize when we need to help ourselves. And sometimes us helping ourselves is stealing ourselves and saying, I'm sorry, I can't right now. Or just simply say no. So just keep that in mind, okay? But the Ten of Wands, tens are endings, they lead way to new beginnings, and we do have this wonderful Page of Cups. Now, the Page of Cups can certainly represent a certain amount of spiritual insight or awakening. The Page of Cups also can represent a surprise, and a surprise that makes you laugh, or that brings a smile to your face, or something that brings joy to your heart. The Page of Cups is quite often a new beginning, an endeavor, something you didn't quite expect, possibly something you've manifested. It can certainly represent some really good news and some positive vibes coming in. This is where your intuition is heightened, your spiritual senses is heightened, and maybe you're just taking your spiritual self up a notch. But the Page of Cups, I do have to say, I'm laughing, okay? I'm laughing because number one, it's a very joyous energy, so it's really great. But also because it quite often can indicate a pregnancy, right? And often a surprise one. And we do have surprises potentially coming in with the Wheel of Fortune. The wheels are already set in motion. You ain't stopping this gravy train, right? So if you weren't planning on starting a family, you may or may not still have time to stop that in its tracks. This could be one of your children, okay, with some surprise announcement, okay, or it could be just a joyous announcement, right? But yes, it is one of the cards that we would get when we are talking about pregnancy, and considering the fourth house is Cancerian energy. It's the feminine energy. It's the nurturing parent. And of course, it does have to do with children. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. So just to be aware, there could be something very interesting there. Now, at the same token, okay, because it is an eclipse, all right, we also could have some new information, some news. Page of Cups could come from one of your children, okay, or it could just be some new information that actually can cause stress with the Ten of Wands. It's not that you can't deal with it, because you can, but it's like, oh man, now I got to deal with this. All right. But with the Wheel of Fortune here, okay, it can be that things get blown out of proportion and things aren't as challenging as they seem, which would be a good thing. It can also represent that even though there's something that may be potentially stressful while at the same time potentially joyous and happy, right? If there is some challenges associated with that, the Wheel of Fortune shows that you have the ability to overcome those with ease. All right. So a little bit unpredictable energy, certainly some surprises or some big shifts in store for you guys. All right. So go with the flow, connect with nature here, Saggy. It's going to be your saving grace. All right. And just be open. We'll leave that there for you guys. Hope there was something here for you. I would love to know if you've got some surprises going on there. So feel free to drop me a comment. I know it'll be after the eclipse most likely, but I would certainly love to hear back from you. That'd be great. But in the meantime, if you enjoyed your reading, if there was something here for you, please do hit that like button. It's free for you. It takes literally a split second, but it really does help my channel get seen. It helps crack the YouTube algorithm. It's your interaction with videos that are posted online that do help them get seen and get out to the public. So I thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a wonderful eclipse. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. And for you, dear Capricorn, we have this eclipse happening in your third house, ruled by Mercury, all about communication, technology, short travel, short trips, your community, your neighborhood, your social life, and how you perceive things out in the world. So some of you are moving. Maybe you have some new neighbors coming into the hood where you live. Perhaps you are looking to switch up your social life a little bit. You could be meeting new people. However, eclipse energy, you could also be eclipsing some out of your life. So if you no longer feel connected to certain people, right, this is where you might be really making some changes there. You might be also looking to find more balance in your life as well, because the third house does have to do with your social life as well. And if you've been going out too much and you haven't been spending enough time at home or with your family, right? This is where you may scale things down a little bit, and you might start to turn down some invitations to some social events because you've got other more important things on your plate. You can be having communication issues, but also be looking at new ways to communicate. Perhaps some of you have something that you've been working on for a while that has to do with communication. So writing things down. Maybe you are publishing something, right? Maybe you're going to do some self-published short stories or a novel or a self-help manual or something. Maybe you're going to do this via the internet. If you're looking to make more money, this might involve the internet as well, right? Very technology-based energy there. We all know what Mercury does. Mercury, fortunately, is direct. Yay! Out of shadow, direct. We're good. All right. You'll get your point across. If you have been having some issues talking to somebody, or there's been, misunderstandings all over the place, this is where you may fix those things, and you may certainly clear the air. But I do feel that there's something shifting here with how you see the world, how you see yourself, and your role in it. And so it's like an expansive energy, expanding your mind, expanding your horizons in some way. So keep an open heart, keep an open mind. You just never know what you might be going on. The third house, because it is very communicative energy, it's very chatty, right? It's Gemini energy. Remember, there are two sides to everything. Gemini is twins, right? Gemini is the twins. It does bring about duality. So it can bring about options. So you might have some options. You might have multiple opportunities opening up for you at this time. You might have multiple choices that you need to make. If you are looking to move to a different neighborhood, maybe there's like a multiple different places you could possibly go. If you want to take a little short trip somewhere, maybe just a little quick vacation, a little bit of R&R, maybe there's multiple different places where you are interested in going for the weekend or something like that, and you're talking about it. All right. In communicating with other people, right, there's truth that may come to light at this eclipse, right? So when talking with other people, remember there are two sides to everything. There's a good for every bad. There's a solution to every problem, right? There's a duality energy that's in effect for you guys right here, right? So don't be afraid to ask questions and dig beneath the surface. This is where you're probably going to find clarity that you need. This is where you're going to find the answers that you seek, all right? We have an energy of, oh, beautiful. We've got peace, 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 peace. Who doesn't need a little bit of peace? So Mercury has been very chaotic. It's been a very interesting retrograde that we've come out of. So this is a time for peace. Now, we can find peaceful ways to communicate, right? There are multiple different ways to communicate with people and with ourselves. And we can be aggressive. We can be forward. We can be brutally honest, right? Or we can take a little bit more peaceful approach at things. We can still be honest. We can still be truthful. We can still talk about difficult subjects. But sometimes it's all about our approach that dictates how someone's initial reaction and response will be. And we are more likely to keep the lines of communication open if we take the peaceful road, right? So this can be that you are finding different forms of communication. This is also where you could potentially, here Capricorn, you could potentially be having something coming back into your life. This can be a person, it can be an opportunity, it can be an idea, right? Whatever it happens to be, this could be a return of something, because we have had Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde can sometimes bring something back. But most specifically, we do have Pluto retrograde in your sun, right? And at the very, very, very last minute degree, okay? So this is like a now or never, a do or die. This can be a second chance at something or someone, some opportunity. So you may find, some of you here, that a door you thought was closed has now crept back open. It may or may not be something you want, right? And if it's not something you want, maybe it's your time to make peace with it and let it go and tie up those loose ends. Get the closure that you're looking for so that you can have peace in your heart, peace of mind, right? But this can be where something exciting opens up for you. Something you thought was lost is now found. But you have a very short window, okay? Keep that in mind. You have a very short window to act upon it, though, right? Mercury retrograde Pluto retrograde in your sign. Retrograde ends October 11th, okay? Pluto goes back into Aquarius early November. So you might be thinking about things, mulling something over, chewing something over until about October 11th, right? Retrograde, revisit, reassess, reanalyze, all that stuff. But then you have about 3 weeks where that window of opportunity is open for you. So it's up to you what you decide. We have attraction with supermoon energy, and yes, we do have a supermoon with this eclipse, super full moon, attracting the things you want. So what do you want? Get really clear on what it is you want. Meditating is going to be very important. Finding quiet space, very important. Getting grounded in nature, very important for you at this time. There could be something that comes to light for you. Pluto is an energy of going deep, right? Going deep in your subconscious, but finding what is hiding in the dark and bringing it out. So whether that's you doing that with yourself, or whether it's the universe saying, hey, we've been hiding something from you, and now boom, here it is. So the next couple months going to be very transformative for you guys. But remember your ability to attract things towards you. And remember, you can attract all kinds of things. You can attract the good, you can attract the bad. So where are you going to put your focus? On the things that you want, right? Not on the things we don't want. We're letting those go, right? We're not going to put too much focus on them. We're going to assess them. We're going to analyze them. We're going to feel the feelings about them, right? And then we're going to be like, off with your head. You're out of here. Goodbye. Once and for all, goodbye. And then we're going to embrace the new beginnings that are on the horizon. We're going to embrace your future. We have the Four of Swords, R&R and meditation. All right. The Four of Swords can represent your need to take a break. Third house, where this eclipse is, travel. Typically short distance travel with this one. So think about traveling, within, maybe you're a tourist in your own town, or maybe you just go away somewhere for a quick weekend getaway. It's not typically like overseas or to another country, unless maybe another country is like a hop, skip, and a jump away, right? I live right close to 15 minutes from the border, right? And I can, have a world of possibilities open up to me depending on the border lineup, right? So, depending on where you live, it may or may not be, another country. But a short trip somewhere just for a little bit of rest and relaxation. But the Four of Swords brings peace of mind, peace to your energy. You're quieting your conscious mind, and you're really tapped into your energy, and it is one of meditation. We have the Star, beautiful Aquarian energy. What did we say? Capricorn. We said the window is open for you now. When Pluto goes back into Aquarius, we're all about the future. We're not reliving the past. We're not revisiting the past. We've already let it all go, right? And we're taking something and running with it, or we're making sure that we're free and clear. So that Aquarian season of Pluto is going to be very, very important for you guys. Big shift in energy there. But the star also does bring about hope and inspiration. It brings about a sense of balance and peace and serendipity in our world. It's where we're seeing the potential, we're seeing the possibilities. The star card reminds us of your ability to harness all of these wonderful stars of the universe, all the abundance that the universe has to offer, and bring it into reality. We're bridging the gap between the universe and the earthly plane. This does speak to your future, and it does speak to miracles and blessings headed your way, balance and harmony in your life. Very, very fortuitous energy for you to get. Loving it. Peace, a sense of hope. Miracles and blessings happen when the star card comes out. So, between now and Aquarius season, which is January, right? Final chapter of January. Or between now and when Pluto, which is in your sign, goes back into Aquarius at the beginning of November. There's a little bit of mystery and magic in the air for you. Remember, your thoughts become things you can attract, whatever it is you want. And the Empress. Beautiful energy. The star and the Empress, man, oh man, you got blessings. Blessings indeed. The Empress card is Venus energy. Venus brings about love, beauty, abundance, resources, creative energy, puts us in receiving mode, brings something to fruition for us, right? Time of harvest, reap what you've sown. This also brings new beginnings. And beautiful new beginnings, the things that you want. Boom, right there. That is magical energy. And this is what you're embracing. So on that note, I'm going to leave that there for you, Capricorn. I hope there was something here for you. If you enjoyed your reading, please do take a moment and press that like button. I truly appreciate it. It does help my channel get seen. But if you enjoy my content anyway, consider subscribing to my channel as well. Drop a heart in the comments down below. I will heart you back and we'll connect all of our beautiful high vibe energy throughout this eclipse. So I thank you very much, Capricorn, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. And for you, Aquarius, we are highlighting your house of money. So this eclipse is happening in your second house, which is all about your income, what you do for work, right? Your work income, right? Your assets, the things you own, your property. Also your connection with the things you own, the things you possess, and how they make you feel. So this can be really centered and highlighted around your habits regarding money. Perhaps you are turning over a new leaf, and instead of living paycheck to paycheck, you're actually going to kind of balance out your money a little bit better throughout your month. Perhaps you're turning over a new leaf and you're going to start to be a little saver, and you're going to start saving money for your future. Some of you could have something coming to fruition in regards to your money or in regards to how you make your money. This can potentially be a time when you get a sudden opportunity to grow a home-based business, to start a business perhaps. Would maybe wait till a few days after the eclipse to actually start a business, okay? Because we want it to be long-lasting, right? But whatever it happens to be, there's something shifting, something changing, and something coming to an end in regards to your money and the things that you do possess. And so this can be very exciting for some of you. And for some of you, this can be a result of the lessons that you have learned that Saturn has brought forward to you. Right? It's like, okay, I've learned my lesson. I'm ready for more money now. I've learned my lesson. I know how to manage it a little bit better. Right? But you could be buying something that you want, something that you've been saving for, or something that brings you a little bit of a sense of stability and security in your life. Maybe you're buying a house. Maybe you're buying a car. Maybe you're investing in your future in some way, right? You could also, again, have something that comes to fruition for you at this time. So, hold on. I have a cat. Okay. My little kitty critter is trying to climb up on here. I'll just keep an eye on her. Oh, there we go. Hold on a second. There we go. This is Lily. She is 11 months old and she's not allowed on my table. There we go. Get rid of her. Okay. Sorry about that. If you like cats, there you go. You have a blessing of a kitty cat. We have focus coming in here for you guys. All right. And this could be where you are shifting your focus, okay, to material things, second house. All right. This can also be where maybe if you have been too focused on money and possessions, this is where you're releasing that. All right. But the focus energy is showing you that wherever you do put your focus, time, energy, and attention is what will blossom in your world. So don't lose sight of what you want to create. Don't lose sight of a vision or a goal or a dream that you have in your life, because you have the ability to create it. With the second house energy, you might be finding new resources to get something off the ground or to get something wrapped up, right? You might find resources in very unexpected places, right? But remember, keep your focus on what you want to create and what you want to blossom in your world. It can also show you that your focus and attention to detail is paying off. We have release, and it is important. Look at that beautiful card, right? When we talk about releasing and letting go, we don't always necessarily kind of explain what that means, right? But if you look at the image on this card, her hands are down, her head is to the sky, and there's beautiful butterflies that are releasing. Butterflies represent the culmination of a metamorphosis, right? We start as a caterpillar, right? Goes into a cocoon. All sorts of gross, gooey, challenging, painful things go on inside there. And then we emerge as a butterfly. But in order for that to happen, we need to release and trust the process, right? So surrender, release, step into the flow. There's something blossoming, changing, transforming in your world. Within you, you are the wave of the future, Aquarius, right? So now is the time for you to find peace, to cleanse, to let things go and prepare yourself. Because when Pluto goes back into your sign direct at the beginning of November, you are at the forefront of change for humanity in some way. And it might be a small realm of your world around you. It might be on a bigger scale, right? But people will be looking to you if they don't already. So take this time to do things for yourself, to do work on yourself, to focus on the things that you want, the things that make you feel good, bring you pleasure. And the second house is ruled by Venus in the very sensual sign of Taurus, right? Self-love, self-care, personal growth, transformation. Now is your time to shine. We have the Seven of Wands, the Two of Cups, beautiful, and the Six of Pentacles. So the Seven of Wands can certainly show your confidence, your strength, your personal power to overcome obstacles, to face challenges head on and know that you will overcome them. It's a great empowering energy. This is also an energy of advocating for yourself and for other people. Standing up for yourself, standing up to others. This is where we turn and face our adversaries. We draw that line in the sand and say, ye shall not pass, no siree, Bob. I'm in charge. So you're taking back your personal power. Sometimes to take back your personal power and to regain your confidence, to regain your footing, sometimes we do need to draw that line in the sand and say, you're not coming with me on this journey any further. And it can be people, it can be habits, it can be situations, whatever it happens to be. Position of strength. The Two of Cups is here bringing in peace and balance and harmony in your life here. This is also a focus on balance in your life in many ways. The Two of Cups, it's a two, all right, and we're in your second house, okay, so there could be a little bit of magic in the air for you there with that. But the Two of Cups can represent balance and harmony in our world. What do you need to do right now to restore peace and balance and harmony in your life? Is it letting something go? Is it taking a leap of faith? Is it opening up to new people? Is it focusing on your spiritual self? Have you put your focus too much on one thing and lost touch with another? But whatever it is, there is this energy of finding the balance within. Now, the Two of Cups can also represent love and romance in the air as well. So it may be that you are dealing with another person, all right, in an area of your life. You could have new love coming in potentially. You could have, a business partnership that's highlighted. You could be starting a new job. There could be new resources, new money on the table for you in some way. Whatever it happens to be, it's feel-good vibes all around. But we do have the Six of Pentacles here for you. So this is a reminder, number one, that all the energy you put out circulates back to you multiplied. So we want to make sure that we are putting all the good out there, all of the positive vibes, that we're focused on the things that we want, the things that bring us happiness, pleasure, and joy. And this is what circulates back to us. But get ready to receive here, because the Six of Pentacles can quite often bring us something, and it's quite often a surprise, something that we didn't quite expect. And this can be a gift. It can be a little small helping hand. It can be some advice. It can be a gift of some kind from somebody. It can be something you find, right? But it's ultimately something good. Six of Pentacles is also a card of balance. Finding compromise, finding balance, finding that healthy equilibrium between worlds, between realms, between people, between situations. So very much a focus on balance and harmony here for you. But I'm going to leave that there for you, Aquarius. All right. I hope there was something here for you. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If so, please do take a moment and press that like button. It does help the video get seen. I truly thank you for that. It takes 1 second and it's free for you. If you do enjoy my content, please consider subscribing to my channel as well. But at the very least, drop a heart in the comments down below. I'll heart you back and we'll get all this beautiful energy flowing amongst us all and help us navigate this very emotional and intense lunar eclipse. So I thank you for watching, Aquarius, and I'll see you later. Bye. And for you, Pisces, the star of the show. It's all about you, Pisces. What do you want? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? What do you want to change? What are you focused on in your life? You have the potential to make everything happen for yourself right now. Now, this is happening in your first house, and this is Aries energy. It's ruled by Mars, okay? And so this is about firsts, first love, first impression, first job, first time on a plane, right? What first are you wanting or wanting to experience at this time? The first house also has to do with your personality, your ego, your identity, your appearance. Some of you maybe are like, I've had the same old haircut for the last decade and I'm going to switch it up a little bit. And you could be going wild and crazy at that. You could be maybe getting a new hair color or something, right? Maybe you're getting a new wardrobe. Your approach to life might also be changing at this time as well. Now, as far as this being in your sign, okay, this is also a period of endings. With every new beginning, there often does come an end. You have a new job, you got to quit your old one. You have a new relationship, quite often you need to leave the old one behind. Or hopefully you've already left it behind and then you find the new one. So quite often endings do come right before a new beginning. So if there's something that is ending in your world, whether by your choice or not, trust that there is something new opening up for you. Now, there could be something hidden that comes to light. There could be massive spiritual awakenings for some of you here. You could be having wild and crazy dreams at this time because this eclipse is in your sign, right? And so you, out of everyone, are feeling the effects of this eclipse the most. Spiritual awakening, emotional awakening, emotional healing, right? Spiritual growth of all kinds. I think I just said that, repeating myself. Your dreams, your intuition is very heightened, right? You could have a little magic in the air, but you could have a major karmic clearing as well. Fated events, of course, happen at eclipses, right? So there could be those things that happen that they're meant to happen, and the wheels are already set in motion, right? Remember, this is a North Node eclipse, right? It's picking up on that energy, even though it's not exact, all right? And your North Node is where you're headed. So where are you headed in the future here, Pisces? Look to the future, follow your vision, but release anything that is keeping you stagnant in any way, shape, or form. Time to breathe fresh life into something here, Pisces. We have stability coming in here for you. So this is the baobab tree. The baobab tree, look at how thick and solid that trunk is. Very stable. Those roots go deep, right? Where do you need to plant roots in your life so that you can feel like you have more stability and security in your world? Is there someone in your life that is causing disruption? Is it time for a change in your career path? Is there something threatening to upset the apple cart? So focus on stability in your world, in the foundations that you've built, right, is very much a focus for you now. This also highlights that you are ushering in a new era of greater stability in your world. Who doesn't need a little bit of that, right? It's like when the world feels chaotic, you can count on these certain things in your world, whether it's people, whether it's your home, whether it's yourself, right? Stability is highlighted in a wonderful way. We also have gratitude coming in here for you guys. Sorry, trying to get the glare off there. Gratitude. Remember, no matter what your situation in life, it is important to be grateful. Express thanks and gratitude to the universe for everything that you have had go on in your life. The good, the bad, the ugly, the fantastic. When we embrace the energy of gratitude on a daily basis, especially, we feel the shift. We get more things to be grateful for. And yes, we can even be grateful for the things that haven't gone our way. Why? Because they've taught us something. They've made us bigger and stronger than we were previously. Think about a blessed life. And if everything always went your way 24 hours a day and, whatever, number one, it would be boring. But number two, how would you, if everything was all good, how would you know it was good? If you never had those little road bumps in life that caused us a little bit of grief and struggle, you would never appreciate the good in your life because you wouldn't know any different, and therefore you wouldn't know that it's good, right? So we need to be grateful for those things that have caused us challenges in our world because we've learned something, we've had a takeaway from something, we're wiser because of those experiences. So whatever your situation is, embrace the energy of gratitude. Someone in your life may also be expressing gratitude to you at this moment as well. And it may actually catch you off guard because maybe it's someone that isn't normally expressive of their feelings. We have the Seven of Wands. The Star. Oh, I love this. And we have Temperance. Now, do you have a Capricorn person in your life? Or do you have Capricorn placement in your birth chart, especially in your top three, your Sun, Moon, Rising? Because they also got the Star card, and I'm pretty sure they got the Seven of Wands. And this was a couple readings ago, so it's not, and I don't put the cards back in the deck in the same order anyway. So it's certainly not a coincidence, all right? So you could be dealing with a Capricorn person. This can be an energy of Pluto in Capricorn, right? Which Pluto's retrograde in Capricorn for the very last time in our lifetime. So there could be something here that's at its like crisis degree. And this is like a now or never, kind of energy. It's like final chance, final shot at something. Or you could, again, be dealing with a Capricorn person. So the Seven of Wands, right? This is an energy of tapping into your inner strength, being confident, standing above anything that life throws your way, right? Bring it on, life. I can deal with anything. This can be where you need to stand up for yourself or other people. This is also where maybe there's something that you need to deal with and you can't run from it. You need to turn around and face it. You will overcome it. You will be able to make some changes, or you will be able to deal with something once and for all, but we need to turn and face it. And the Seven of Wands shows that you have the strength and you have the power to do what you need to do. When we have the Star card coming in here and the Temperance card, man, spiritual awakenings indeed. Okay. Temperance card, very spiritual card, very much closely tied with your guardian angel. We have multiple guardian angels, but I feel like this is like a spiritual guide. The Star card also very spiritual in its energy. It's Aquarian energy. And Aquarian is the wave of the future. So over the next couple of months, while Pluto is very active in the sign of Capricorn, Pluto goes back into Aquarius at the beginning of November. And this can be a pivotal turning point for you. This can also be where something is restored in your life. And the Star energy does bring about hope and inspiration. It brings about serendipity and peace, balance and harmony, healing as well. And it's very much tied with the abundance of the universe and bringing that into your physical being, right? Harnessing the universe energy and bringing it right front and center in front of you. The water bearer is the Star energy, right? Returning water to the earth, bringing something to the earth. It's also a card of balance, right? When we find balance, we feel better. We feel peaceful. We feel like we can do anything. Balance can bring healing of situations there as well. But the Star card does bring success and abundance into your life also, and also miracles and blessings. All great things all around pretty much with that Star energy. So your future is bright here, Pisces, very much so. It's a very magical time. You could have a miracle, a blessing, something coming to fruition in the very short term. And it can also be in a little bit of the longer term, maybe the next 6 months, I want to say. But there's a little bit of magic in the air for you there. The Temperance card, again, spiritual guide, right? But the Temperance card also does bring in patience, balance, healing, and shows your ability to tap into the spiritual alchemy of the universe as well to create something interesting, something exciting. But I feel like you're being very guided. You're being very protected. All right. You are the 12th sign of the zodiac. This is a lunar eclipse. And even though it's happening in your first house, it does carry a 12th house energy, which is very spiritual. Deep spiritual insights, closing karmic chapters and cycles, turning something around. We're getting ready to usher in the new and kiss the old goodbye with love, kindness, and compassion. So some very nice and very interesting energy is here for you guys. So I'm going to leave that there. I hope there was something here for you. I hope you have a wonderful, magical lunar eclipse. And whatever is transpiring for you at this time, I'm sending you love, light, blessings, and of course, trust in your personal power. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.